go.
We should start the show with you doing the hot sauce.
He's trying to get me to do a shot of hot sauce and vodka.
What's up, fight fans? Welcome to another weekly edition of Split Decision MMA, your weekly MMA podcast. Day late, dollar short. Things happen.
Nah, man. I made an extra buck.
Oh, we're good.
We got the dollar
Good.
covered.
We are here. We have you covered for everything. This is your weekly MMA podcast show. We talk about the rumors, the news, the forum
Matt Yonan.
discussions.
Matt Yonan's already here.
The forum discussions.
What's up, Yonan?
The discussions on the bar stool. About everything MMA. We're going to cover, recap a shit ton of fights.
A shit ton?
Oh, yeah. Like a whole ton of shit of fights.
It's that African guy that's always doing the a whole ton of shit.
A whole ton.
Oh my God, a whole ton of shit.
Or you got Ismo, who's talking about shit. That guy is funny too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. the ass.
The Finnish guy.
and
Yeah.
The shit. Yeah.
Anyway, we're also going to preview some fights. We got Bellator and UFC this weekend going on today. Today. You got to make sure you're paying attention today. And then you also got all the news. So let's jump into the news. Starting off with Josh Burkman. Remember Josh Burkman? He was on The Ultimate Fighter?
Yep.
Yeah. Josh Burkman used to fight in the UFC. Josh Burkman went and fought elsewhere. Josh Burkman has officially announced his retirement after his loss at LFA. Right? LFA was his last fight?
Yep.
LFA 66. He lost, and he's decided to retire.
But for the length of his career to go 28-18,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
It's not a bad, especially
He's 39.
especially when
Fighting for a long time.
towards the end of your career, you're going to pick up a few more L's than you did at the beginning.
Yeah. I wouldn't. He started in 2003. It's 2019.
Yeah, if you're not, I don't know, if you're not losing towards the end, then the people coming in aren't that good.
I gotta agree with that. I definitely
You know what I'm
agree with that. Yeah. But so Mr. Josh Burkman there, I guess I might as well turn the slide up.
Uh-oh, getting turned up with some slides.
Has retired. Moving on from there, Mr. Nate Diaz has, even though he hasn't fought since 2016 when he fought Conor McGregor.
He slapped somebody some pee-pee?
Yeah.
Gave
he
somebody?
has turned in his first sample of 2019. He's still in the pool, folks. Still in the Asada pool. So you're telling me there's a chance
So
Nate
you're saying
Diaz might be fighting.
He just peed in the pool?
He peed in the pool. Nate Diaz has peed in the pool, even though he hasn't fought in 2 years. 3 years. What year are we on? 3 years. Absolutely crazy. I know recently on Instagram he was talking about how he'd rather be boxing.
But he's trapped in a cage.
He's trapped in a cage, still under contract, I would assume, and they don't.
Despite all his
I'm
rage.
surprised they haven't paid him out his contract.
Yeah. Despite all his rage, he's still just a Diaz in the cage.
Diaz in a cage, peeing in a pool.
And that's your Smashing Diaz song of the day.
Further on some USADA news, Amanda Ribas, who has been suspended for 2 years. Her tested positive for Osterine back in 2017.
Maybe.
Maybe.
This is another Josh
They have basically dropped
Josh
her,
Burnett type of deal?
They have dropped her entire suspension because of the likelihood. Yes, those are air quotes for those who are listening to the podcast, not watching the podcast. Likelihood. I don't know if you can hear those over the microphone. The likelihood that her positive test was a result of Osterine-contaminated dietary supplement products. So they're just going to be like, all right. We were really shitty at testing Osterine back in 2017, and we're getting a lot of people that are having false positives now and finding a lot of them that are having to do with dietary supplements. So,
like Sean O'Malley and Nico Montano?
Yeah, we're just going to be like, guess what? You're off suspension now. You can fight. That was 2 years ago.
So sorry about you haven't been able to fight.
Yeah.
And any money you've lost.
What are they going to do about this stuff, man?
I don't know. Do you think there's an agreement that was like, okay, we'll let you fight again. We're not going to do any more, but you can't sue us. You think that's the type of agreement?
I mean, I don't know. Like, they did find something obviously wrong with her test. So they can say, obviously, you tested positive for something, right?
Right.
They just can't say, well, we just didn't have the testing measures to be able to test it in your supplement. Or, I don't know. I do believe, obviously...
Well,
we've been talking about this for multiple violations, for multiple substances, for multiple fighters, that USADA's testing methods have been getting better over the years, getting down to these minute picogram size samples, getting down to these EPO samples that we couldn't test for before and now we can test for. So it's definitely changing the way fighters are going to have to deal with things. You do feel bad for some of the people in the past that have got busted that they're now finding out with, well, really wasn't their fault.
Well, like I was going to say, we've got 2 or 3 fighters that are now suing supplement companies.
Oh, yeah.
And then our own study, we found that cocaine was regularly added to certain, what was it?
It was in creatine.
In creatine.
Yeah.
And also steroids was being added to creatine so that people felt like they were
their
getting...
creatine was working.
Yeah, that they were getting more out of
creatine.
it. Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. Obviously, there is a big... since USADA has come to the UFC, good or bad for the sport?
On one hand, I think it's good.
Yeah.
Because
double-edged sword. Double-edged.
we've had a lot of people that obviously have changed.
Yeah.
So they were on something. But it's bad because it's just like it's happening the way we said it was going to happen, that there's a lot of confusion.
A lot of mistakes
people,
being
yeah,
made.
people don't understand what they can use, what they can't use.
I have the flu.
They don't
Can
understand
I get
when
an
to...
IV. I'm just going to do it anyway. Now you're busted. Damn it.
Joey said he totally could have made it today.
Why didn't you totally come today? Did we invite him today?
I don't think so. I don't know. So that's the new thing. If we don't do a Friday, call Joey.
Call Joey.
Okay.
Sorry, Joey.
Better call Joey.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry about it.
I'm sorry, Joey.
Well, we're at 494, so we will see Joey in 6 episodes.
Yeah, he promised episode 500, right?
Episode 500.
I'm pretty
he'll
sure
be
he
here.
said he was going to make it happen. If that means it's going to be on a Saturday, we're going to make it happen.
Yep. Today he's trying to get rid of a bunch of CDs.
Yeah, dude, I got a whole... Can I give you my CDs to get rid of? They're in my attic right now.
Don't get rid of them, people.
Dude,
I'm
it's a
just
box.
telling you right now, don't get rid of them. You're going to be forced to buy all your music again pretty
I'm
soon.
not.
Pretty soon.
No.
I'm telling you.
I've been doing stuff for a long time. TJ Dillashaw. The hits just keep coming. TJ Dillashaw has lost his sponsor, Monster.
Joey said, it's like when Bob's came to the office. That's USADA.
That's very true.
It's
what
true.
is exactly you do here?
See, man, Joe, we need your wittiness. We need it. Where you at?
TJ Dillashaw has lost Monster as a sponsor. So TJ Dillashaw is no longer a monster.
Hey.
But that's also because he can't take EPO. But I mean...
Snakes aren't monsters.
He's nicknamed the Viper, even though he doesn't like
I
that
like
nickname.
somebody had it. It was taken down real quick as they had TJ Dillashaw with EPO, and it was the snake.
Yeah.
And then they had a jar of red worms. Just a little tiny red worm. Going fishing.
That was good. That was
That's
good.
good
So
one.
yeah, TJ Dillashaw has lost Monster Energy as a sponsor. Big blow. He's gonna have to take his sponsorships elsewhere. Hopefully, though, he'll be able to get other sponsorships. I don't know. He's gonna be out for some time. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, John Jones, when he first got busted, right? He lost a bunch of sponsorships.
You know what's crazy is who's the guy that had the cream on him, and he got busted for the steroid and the cream?
Yeah, that's oh man, he was on Team Alpha Male.
Yeah, he's the one that
He was there.
took McGregor in 12 fights or 12 days
12
notice.
days. Oh man, why can I not remember anything? And he fought Jose Aldo. He lost twice. Chad Mendes. Boom.
Okay, Chad Mendes. So there's a guy who took his 2-year suspension and picked up more sponsors.
Because he didn't do anything wrong. TJ Dillashaw did
right.
stuff
But
wrong.
it was more hunting and fishing and
that's what he likes to do
the
in his
thrill
off
of the
time, man.
kill.
That's what
So
he
right
likes to do
there,
in his off time.
that's a possibility. You could do a Chad Mendes.
Somebody also living up their sponsorship.
She's not living off sponsorship like
Paige Van Zandt.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sports Illustrated. We've been
I don't
talking
know
about this for 2
why.
months. 2 months, right? We've been talking about this ever
Yeah.
since it was announced. I know we cover this every time I get a little bit of information on it. Paige Van Zandt, swimsuit edition, Sports Illustrated has been dropped. Well, at least the pictures are all online. Every
Famous
single
line
picture.
from Aaron Brockovich.
Yeah.
They're called boobs. They're called boobs.
They're called boobs. Paige Van Zandt says she's living it up. She is living her dream. She again, Paige Van Zandt. You can check out the Sports Illustrated issue of Paige Van Zandt out on newsstands now, or you can go to mymmanews.com and they'll give you all of them.
Even some nude ones.
Well, I don't think they have those.
Allegedly.
But yeah, so check out mymmanews.com. Go to Paige Van Zandt. You can see all of the Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition that she is a part of.
A part of.
Even the ones that didn't make the inside.
Not apartheid, but a part of.
Moving on from there, last week I talked about the Let Hue Championships. This is the ones that go down to Miramar. This is the art of the 9 limbs because you can use your head.
And it was.
You watched some?
I did get some.
It was pretty dope, right?
Yes.
It's pretty brutal sometimes.
It's the pace is crazy.
It's very fast.
Yeah.
Very fast. Anyway, back on that action, World Lightweight Championship, that WLC. will be, again, on Fight Pass. Now they have signed Seth Baczynky. Seth Baczynky is from The Ultimate Fighter, the UFC, also fought in other organizations. He will be fighting champion Dave Leduc. That's the guy that at the end, or Leduc, excuse me, Dave Leduc.
I don't even think you pronounce the C. I think it's just Leduc.
Dave Leduc.
Leduc.
He's Canadian.
Leduc.
We have been talking. I talked a little bit about him last week, saying if you haven't checked him out, you need to check him out. He has signed with WLC, and he's going to be fighting Seth Baczynky. I kind of feel bad for Seth Baczynky, but I'm still going to watch the hell out of that fight. It's be on Fight Pass, people. It's going to be on Fight Pass. If you haven't checked it out, make sure you go on to Fight Pass. It's a reason to sign up for Fight Pass and get yourself interested into some WLC.
Yeah. What's up, newly married Blake Carmichael?
Woo!
He's now where you're gonna be pretty soon.
Here?
No, married.
No.
You know, old ball and chain status.
Combate Americas has decided to debut their featherweight championship in New Mexico. They have announced today.
Because the old Mexico is just too dusty.
The first ever World Featherweight Championship for Combate is June 28th. The main event is going to be Andreas Quintana against Bruno Canetti. So that will be for the Featherweight Championship. Going down again in New Mexico, June 28th, Combates Americas. I'm pretty sure you can get this on Univision. We've watched this before.
Yeah, okay, so yesterday I was getting it from Dave Madden, and then his stream got taken off.
Oh. Okay. I don't know about that.
Okay, but yeah, you can find something.
We'll talk about streaming in a little bit.
Uh-oh. Yeah.
Before we talk about streaming, let's talk about
real.
It is official. Paulie Malinnaggi. Paulie will be fighting Artem Lobov and Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. This is going to be going down. Originally, they were saying, what was it, June? Yeah, so June 22nd in Tampa, Florida.
Okay.
Are you excited?
Is that Tampa Bay or is that just Tampa?
Tampa.
Okay.
Florida.
Okay.
Are you excited?
Yes. I can't wait because everybody just thinks that because Artem Lobov fights MMA that he's somehow going to be quicker and more accurate than a guy who's been doing boxing all his life.
Paulie had a great interview with the Schmo. I don't know if you saw that, where they were eating pizza outside of some place in the middle of Jersey.
Yeah.
And he was basically saying that he will retire if he does not beat Artem Lobov.
As he should. But again, like I said, the only thing that I'm worried about is the contact. So if Artem makes contact a couple times and then kind of makes...
this isn't normal.
Yeah.
I don't normally get hit this hard.
Blow the whistle. Blow the whistle. Time out. Time out.
Blow the whistle. Just go in circles.
That's the only thing I'm worried about. But I'm also... I don't know. He's got to come into this with the idea that he's going to take some damage.
Yeah, for sure.
You know?
Artem's going to be swinging for sure.
Yeah. Well, if you go back and look at Malinnaggi's style in boxing, he's one of those guys that puts himself in harm's way. And
gives a little, take a little.
Yes, and with bare knuckles, it's not giving a little.
No, you definitely don't.
It's like ow, 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 ow. Where are you at? I can't see you. My eyes are all swollen.
The UFC and the NBA have teamed up with lawmakers to try to turn piracy into a felony, which is an upgrade from a misdemeanor.
It's not just them two.
Well, they were the two big organizations that are
right.
doing it. They are trying to basically change the rights because the rights for streaming and download in the U.S. laws are completely different. They are both misdemeanors. They are saying that they should be treated as criminals.
As they should be. I mean, if I was a business owner and I had a product that people had to pay to watch it and people were buying it and then giving it to other people for free, that's a crime.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because it's not like any other commodity where like I wouldn't feel bad if somebody bought 100 gallons of gas for me and then went out and gave everybody a gallon of gas because the 100 gallons of gas was paid for.
Right.
But when I'm providing a service for people to watch something and one guy buys it and turns around and gives it to 300,000 people for free, it's cutting into my overhead just a little bit.
For sure. This is a big thing. In fact, they're even going after IPT TV services, especially ones that have DMCA ignored hosting. tags on the front. I mean, they're talking about pirate stream places who even put up, they basically are giving, hey, stop streaming notices all the time. And they basically ignore them, and they are promoting the fact that they ignore them. Those are the type of the people that are going to be going after first. Because it's a non-feasible activity, it's very hard to go after them, is what they're saying.
Well, as far as the Amazon, so the Amazon stick, so I've heard that they had, and they did it during the Conor McGregor Mayweather fight, where they put some type of watermark, and then they can tell where.
They can track it.
Yeah, it's like, they can track the ping all the way to your IP address.
Wow.
But if you have a VPN, I don't know if.
No, what are they going to track it to?
Yeah, but I don't know how many people have actually gone and got the VPNs at this
if you're not VPNing, you should.
Yeah, at this point. But just know that they're going to find a way to beat that also.
At some point, they have to, right?
Yeah, because, again, they're losing out on revenue. I mean, we heard that the last pay-per-view was less than 100,000.
Less than 100,000 buys. Yeah, I mean, you got a double paywall, man. You got to pay ESPN, then you got to pay...
8 million people seen it, but they only had 100,000 buys.
Yeah. That's pretty rough, man. And again, this is the reason why we talked about last week that Brock Lesnar doesn't want to fight in the UFC anymore, is double paywall. He knows that his fans and people aren't going to be making the numbers that he thinks he deserves off pay-per-view points.
I'm gonna wait because, again, I've been in forum land.
Yeah.
And somebody says there's a dirty test, and as long as he doesn't try to continue to fight because of the new rule about telling you that somebody. So if he doesn't try to continue his license and he just retires, then you don't have to hear about his dirty test.
You don't think it has to do pay-per-view numbers?
I don't know. I'm just telling you. I mean, I'm coming in from tinfoil forum land.
All right.
That he had a possible dirty test.
I think we actually just need to get you an official SDMMA tinfoil hat. And you can be like, all right, guys, I got to tell you something. You just pick it up, put it on.
Yeah, so when it's not me talking, it's the tinfoil forum people. Yeah. And I have to listen to them. I have to read some of the stuff.
I have to listen to them.
No matter how outlandish it is. I don't believe it, but I'm just telling you what's out there. You know?
I like it. Recapping some fights. That's pretty much the news for this week. A lot of little stories, nothing really big going on throughout the week. But we got so many fights.
There's a lot of stuff that happened, but very little that really needs to be discussed.
We'll go into one. One had two events. The big takeaway from that event: Yushin Okami lost his one debut. TKO punches in the second round. And then Jonathan Haggerty won the one Muay Thai flyweight championship belt. Then going on,
America went 1-1.
Yeah, one. Going on the one championship Warriors of Light, which is going on technically today.
But I think it already happened.
I think it's already happened, so I'm not gonna break down who won, but I'm gonna give you the fights real quick. The big ones to talk about for the one Muay Thai Bantamweight Championship, we have Nong O Gayayang against Hiroki Suzuki, and then of course there's also the inaugural one Kickboxing Flyweight Championship going on. A lot of Muay Thai and kickboxing, some MMA on one Warriors of Light. That again you could get on the Bleacher Report app, as well as the One Championship app, and then if you wait a little while, you'll be able to watch the whole thing on TNT.
Awesome.
I believe, yeah.
This
TNT.
whole new a la carte system, so awesome.
It does work sometimes, yeah.
I'm $700 out. I'm so glad that DirecTV was hosing me so bad.
Invicta, Phoenix Rising Series 1 happened. Remember, this was for...
Action-packed night of fights.
Yeah, for these ladies, this was great. This was for the Strawweight Championship. This is a one-night tournament. Remember, Verena Jandiroba vacated her belt in April to sign with the UFC, so that is why we're having this tournament. They're doing the same thing at another weight class a little bit later, I believe, for featherweight, because they don't have a featherweight championship right now. It might be bantamweight. I'd have to double-check. Anyway, for this tournament, we have Brianna Van Buren wins your tournament, wins her one-night bracket over Kaylin Karan in round 2 with a submission to become your new strawweight champion at Invicta.
I mean, it was a lot for me. I didn't understand the one-round deal for the first round.
The quarterfinals, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's got to push you.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean? Because you got 1 round to get it done in the quarterfinal. And the semifinal was 3 rounds possible, right?
I believe, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the beginnings were just the one. And then
I don't think any of them win all 3.
No. Very, very, very big night of fights for Invicta. I'm looking forward to another tournament. Also, PFL started.
Oh, no, it had to be because those are unanimous decisions in 1. So the semifinals were in 1, too.
The PFL started on ESPN Plus and ESPN 2. I had a little trouble finding it, but I was able to catch the recap of it later.
I didn't watch it live, so I just went back and watched.
Yeah, that's kind of how I ended up watching it. There was a lot going on. Obviously, we got NHL playoffs, we got NBA playoffs, a lot of things that are kind of in between. PFL gonna have to have a foothold, man. They're gonna have to really get in there. Now, again, we're in the season. We're in just the regular season. We're not yet into the tournaments where you're going to start seeing some bigger fights and some stuff where they're really pushing.
Like I was saying, I like to think of this. This is preseason.
But it's not.
It kind of is.
It's season.
Okay.
Season started.
Okay.
Season started.
Well, I mean, they can't beat each other up, so.
They can.
No, I mean, so this is,
you know. All right. On your main card, ESPN2, Kayla Harrison defeated Larissa Pacheco. Magomedov defeated John Howard. Ray Cooper III over Zane Kamaka. Sarah Kaufman over Morgan Freer. And Setaboy C over Dave Michoud. Again, you can check those all out. That was on ESPN2.
The
ESPN
liver kick.
Plus.
The liver kick was just...
Pretty brutal.
Go back and watch that.
So, yeah, we do have some standings. Obviously, Magomedov is number 1 right now with 6 points. So, as you can see, this is the season.
Okay. You can call it whatever you want. You didn't think this was going to happen.
I don't still. Moving on from there, Bellator, Birmingham. This is the one that was on only the Bellator app. On your main card, Brett Primus over Tim Wide. Fabian Edwards over Falco Neto. Pedro Carvalho over Derek Campos. And your big fight that made viral news all across this week, right after this happened last week. And Raymond Daniels gets a win over Wilker Barros with a knockout.
With some spinning shit.
With some spinning shit, as the Diaz would say.
That's what we're doing now?
Man.
We're doing spinning stuff?
Did a spinning kick, missed the kick, and threw the punch at the end, knocked dude out. And he, flopped like he was getting electrocuted with a stun gun.
That's what happens.
If you haven't seen this fight, I think we posted it, did we not?
I think we posted the highlight part, yeah.
Where he did the spin and the punch, yeah. If not, make sure you check that out. Look up Raymond Daniels Bellator knockout. Anywhere you can get a video. I'm sure it's GIFT. I'm sure it's in Instagram. I'm sure it was on our page. But very
if
cool.
I remember, I'll try to repost it or something.
I'm pretty sure it was
we'll
up
find
there.
it. We'll do something.
Yeah. Also, UFC Fight Night 151. UFC on ESPN Plus 9. UFC Ontario, Canada. Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. UFC Fight Night, Quinta versus Cowboy. Just keep stacking on more and more titles.
Yeah.
This is like Breaker of Chains.
Yeah.
Mother of Dragons.
Yep. Hyphenated like a SoCal bride.
This was all on ESPN Plus. Main card, Andrew Sanchez over Mark Arande Baralt. Walt Harris over Sergey Spivak. Marab Davashvili
against B-Rad Katona.
Shane Burgos over Cub Swanson.
What does Cub Swanson do now?
Where does he go from here, man?
He's up, he's down. He's up, he's down.
Where does he go from here?
I don't know. How does he let Burgos take him to decision?
Cubs on a four fight loss.
Oh, is it 4 now?
4 in a row.
Yeah.
4 in a row.
Yeah, but look, he had 4 before that. 4 wins before that.
He did have 4 wins before that. 2 losses, but I don't think he's ever had a loss streak like this. I feel for Cub Swanson, and he's taking on top quality opponents. Brian Ortega, Frankie Edgar, and Renato Mastiano. Those are top guys. Those are contenders, man.
Right.
But Shane Burgos, not saying that Shane Burgos isn't a contender.
Are any of these different weight classes? Is he one of the ones?
No.
Was changing weight classes? No. Okay.
Nope. He's been in his weight class for some time. It was very, very disappointing to see Cub Swanson go down like that. He just didn't get the decision. Yeah, it was a very close fight. It was a split decision, but Cub Swanson now on a 4-fight lose streak. Derek Brunson against Elias Theodorou gets the win. Donald Cerrone, unanimous decision over Al Iaquinta. Raging Al goes down to unanimous decision. Cowboy, do you think Dad Zone Cowboy is the new Cowboy? Like, is this the guy that we're gonna be seeing for some time?
I think
since he's brought his little kid in there, man.
Yeah,
since he's had a baby. I think he's calmed it down.
I think Dad's
partying and all the stuff, and now he's just focused on actually.
Yeah,
fighting.
I think Dad's own Donald actually could have finished this fight in the third. But just want to whoop his ass for 2 more rounds.
Immediately after this, this week, let's see, that fight was right around, let's say, Tuesday, Wednesday is when I heard the news. Tuesday, Wednesday, I think it was announced. Donald Cerrone will now fight in 4 weeks at UFC 238 in Chicago against Tony Ferguson. Tony Ferguson has been cleared to fight.
Yeah, but 24 hours after that, I heard he was fighting Conor McGregor.
No, he said before the week, during fight week, he's all, I don't want to talk about Conor McGregor anymore.
Right.
That ship has sailed. Right. I'm not going to wait around to fight him for the money.
Okay.
Then, after the fight was over, he goes, now I'll talk about...
I want a title shot unless McGregor wants to do some stuff.
Wants to do a money fight.
Unless you're going to do it.
And instead, they're saying UFC 238, Tony Ferguson against Donald Cerrone. I'm excited for that fight. 4 weeks away. Again, that is going down in Chicago. We'll be in Vegas.
Yeah.
We'll be watching that fight.
Don't tell nobody.
But not live.
Don't tell. We're not going to be in Vegas.
If you can find us.
Yeah.
Especially me.
We don't know where we'll be.
Who knows where I will be.
Yeah. If Dodge disappears, I'll tell you where I'll be. In my room sleeping.
Not helping.
Enjoying quiet.
Not helping. Moving on from there, we do have Bellator going on tonight. So if you're listening now, you should probably tune in your TV on the Paramount Network, right?
You get to watch one of the most overrated fighters ever.
It's not on the Paramount Network. It's only on DAZN.
Oh.
Fire up the app, folks.
Yeah, there you go.
You know the one you just watched?
There's another $10.
You just watched the Canelo fight on?
That's another $10.
Now you got to fire it up to watch good old Bellator. Man, I'm tired of them doing this stuff.
Yeah, and you got to have the app.
Doing this to me.
And then you got to have the app, and then you got to buy the fight inside the app. Not this one, but you know.
That's later. We'll get to that. Yeah.
Yeah.
On DAZN, Bellator 221, Chandler versus Pitbull. Jack Swagger, Jack Hager going up against TJ Jones. Everyone giving TJ Jones a bunch of shit.
Hey, man. All I got to
showed up in a flannel and a hat.
I don't give a shit. Somebody called me today. It
literally looked like a fan standing off to the side wearing, holding up a Jack Swagger sign and like, hey, his opponent fell out. You want to fight? And the guy was like, okay.
Yep.
Walked in there. He did have to say about Jack's original opponent, not for this fight, but for the first fight that Jack was in. I thought his opponent was silly. His opponent put himself against the cage and did exactly what he wanted to do. You have to come in there with a different game plan. He's a fighter and a wrestler.
He's coming in 1-1.
He is coming in 1-1. He said it's probably one of the most humbling experiences in my life. You got nothing but world champions here in Bellator, and then you've got Jake. It's very cool to be up here with these guys, and if I lose, I just go back to the beef plant.
Well, I'm just thinking Scott was a little bit smarter than Dana, because Dana at least, he made his wrestler fight fighters, and it didn't turn out well.
But they were still guys that had lower records.
Yeah, but they were real fighters.
You're saying that Jack's not getting real fighters?
You're
saying TJ's not a real fighter. You're saying TJ Jones is not a real fighter?
I'm saying...
You were just saying before the show, man, why they gotta make fun of TJ Jones?
No, I'm not. And again, I'm on that side still. I'm like, if I'm TJ and I get the call, I'm like, hell yeah, I'll go to Bellator. Do I believe I belong there? I don't know, but
Scott Coker, if you're watching this show, which I'm sure you are, because why wouldn't you be watching Split Decision?
Because didn't he put together...
the number one MMA weekly podcast that's on my MMA news once a week.
Hey, didn't he try to put a...
You should call up Dennis, and he will take a fight in his weight class at any time.
No, I will not.
You just said you would.
I'm just saying if I'm TJ, I'm not TJ. I'm not trying to get my ass beat, man. I'm not. I'm not even trying to be an up-and-coming fighter. But didn't Bellator also have a fight that they were trying to pass through that Eric Kowal, that Kowal actually crushed?
They're like, this is not going to happen. Scott, what are you doing? This is not allowed.
Right.
Either way, Jack Hager going up against TJ Jones on the main card on DAZN. AJ McKee against Pat Curran. Of course, Douglas Lima taking on MVP Michael Venom Page. This is in the Bellator tournament. This is a semifinal match. MVP recently talked to a smaller MMA website out there, did a small interview with them, and he had said that he's getting, apparently they were reporting on it. He was saying this at the press conference, that he's getting a lot of comparisons to Anderson Silva and Stylebender with his style because he's a dynamic striker. And he said that it's easy for people to compare him. Do you feel that MVP should be compared to Anderson Silva and or Stylebender?
Not at this point. I don't even think the style bender should be compared to Anderson Silva at this point.
I think when you see dynamic striking, this different style of striking with the spinning and the elbows and these odd angles and these kind of things, that's why people compare it to Anderson, because Anderson was one of the first guys to do that in the mainstream, in the UFC, obviously, on that stage. And so I can understand some of the comparisons, but when you look at an overall career arc, I don't think you can compare anybody to Anderson Silva. Not yet.
But it's just
at least not these guys.
We're trying to say people are the GOAT after a 4-fight win streak too.
Right.
You know what I mean? You just can't. We can't get there from here.
It's a little early.
Yeah, we can't get there from here.
It's a little early. I hope Douglas Lima.
But then you also got people
MVP.
saying Jose Aldo, who ran Supreme for almost 10 years.
Yeah.
Or over 10 years.
Shouldn't even be considered.
So
because he lost the one fight.
Yeah. So where's the math on all this?
3 fights.
Where's if then X. Y equals
the MMA math never works. MMA math, if you go to forums, you should know this. MMA math does not work. I mean, it does in forums, but not anywhere else in real life. Also, Michael Chandler taking on Patricio Ferreri. This is for the Bellator Lightweight Championship. This is a pretty good fight, man. This is a guy trying to get a champ situation. Michael Chandler, who is the current featherweight champion. Michael Champion, who is the lightweight champion, is going to be fighting Patricio Ferreri, who is the featherweight champion for Michael Chandler's belt. Patricio Ferreri has the opportunity to be a champ.
Let's do it.
You excited? Turn into Dazin?
Again, I will probably watch these fights my usual method. I will not watch these fights live. But what round does TJ go down in? Did he make it out of the first?
No.
No?
No.
What if he does make it out of the first?
Second round. If he doesn't make it out of the first, Dennis, he will be fighting in the second, and that's when I believe he'll go down. If he makes it out of the second, I believe he'll go down in the third.
Okay.
Do I see him winning this fight? Not at all. Sorry, TJ.
And he is not going to win a decision if he makes it out the third?
No.
No.
Definitely not.
Okay.
Definitely not. UFC 237 coming out of Brazil is going down tonight. Make sure you have your ESPN Plus subscription loaded, because then you will be given the opportunity to buy this pay-per-view.
Yeah, I gotta
double
buy it when
paywall
I get
it.
home.
If you've already paid for it last month, technically, if you bought it for the year, I know a couple people they did that deal. They bought it for the whole year, so they basically got a pay-per-view for free. You'll still have it. But if you didn't, or you haven't paid your bill this month, you got to make sure you renew it for $9.99 and then pay $60 to watch this pay-per-view.
Yeah. No. It's $5.99.
That's $9.99.
No, it's $5.99 for the service. I just had to get it because I got fights at my house tonight.
That's right. You were the person, huh?
Yeah, it's my turn.
Your turn.
My day in the barrel.
So yeah, let's talk about some of the fights. First, let's talk about some of the fights that are not going to happen. Carlos Diego Ferreira and Francisco Trinaldo will not be happening on this card. Ferreira was forced out on weigh-in day as he was deemed medically unfit due to weight-cutting issues. His bout with Trinaldo is canceled. So yeah, that's completely off. And then this fight, I think, is still happening. Is Betch Carrera still happening?
Yes, that fight's still happening.
Still happening, even though she...
Catch weight, 141.
Yeah, she came in 16 pounds overweight.
What? No, that's not right.
I believe it was 16 pounds overweight, right?
5 pounds over.
60 pounds overweight?
5 pounds, man. The limit was 136.
She came in at 141.
141.
60 pounds overweight. Jesus.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's start on Fight Pass.
Wait, in McGregor math, she's coming in twice the size of her opponent.
Possibly 3 times.
Possibly 3 times.
Possibly 2 weight classes.
McGregor math. So we got MMA math.
And McGregor had. He was 2 weight classes
and he made
$1
billion on his whiskey.
Yeah, billions.
Billions.
On your Fight Pass, Tatiana
With a Z.
Bernardo over Vivian Araujo. Racona Barcelos against Carlos Hutchin. Luana Carolina against Priscilla Cachoeira. Again, all on Fight Pass on ESPN. You can check this out when you have 2 TVs and you're going to be watching the Sharks go up against the St. Louis Blues tonight in Game 1 of the Western Conference NHL Finals.
While you're trying to enjoy a Sharkarita?
When you're trying to enjoy a Sharkarita and drink a dollar sake bombs.
Sake bombs!
If you come see me tonight, we can make this happen.
We can do it.
Because I have multiple TVs in my bar area.
And if you sneak around to the back of the bar, you can see where he's illegally streaming the fight.
That is not true.
Okay.
Ever.
All right.
Don't know. We just talked about the UFC doing pirate things, and now you're going to try to bring them on me?
No, I thought it would be cool to have pirates down at the bar.
Unless they're paying me in gold doubloons. That's also why I like carrying around gold dollars. Because I like paying things like I'm a pirate. Be like, yeah, let me get a sailor and Coke with all this money. Anyway, BJ Penn stepping back into the octagon for God knows why against Clay Guida. BJ Penn, I pray for your soul.
Yeah.
Warley Alves going up against Sergio Morales.
There's no winner in that fight that makes me happy.
No.
Thiago
Moises going up against Kurt Harlebaugh. And Antonio Rodrigo Nogueira Little Nog going against Ryan Spann. Came out of his coma from the last time he fought Anthony Rumble Johnson. He was resuscitated, brought back as a zombie, and now he's still fighting in the UFC. He says he doesn't feel like he's an old guy, but we do know the wars that Little Nog has gone against in his UFC career and in his Pride career, just like his older brother.
And I think he's only got 2 fights left on his contract.
Older brother has retired. But good for Little Nog. Hopefully he can push forward against Ryan Spann. Moving on to your main card again. Load up the ESPN Plus.
Yeah.
Pay for that subscription. Give the opportunity to yourself and buy this fight. Because on your catch weight, Betch Carrera coming over 60 pounds overweight, 2 weight classes ahead of her other opponent, going up against Irene Aldana in a catch weight bout.
The madness is real.
Thiago Alves going against Loreno Starpoli. Jose Aldo going against Alexander Volkanovski. Who you got in that one?
I'm going to take Aldo.
Take Aldo. It worries me that they put the X's over their name because I feel like I'm watching Departed and the X means you're going to die. Just saying. That's just crazy conspiracy theory. Jose Aldo, Alexander Volkanovski. You're taking Volkanovski?
No.
Taking Aldo. Taking Aldo. Bringing it back. All right. Especially at home. God, yep. I hope he wins for this. Yep. Middleweight, Jared Cannonier going against Anderson Silva.
Going old school.
Silva?
Taking Silva.
All right. And your champion, who has not fight in some time. When is the last time?
She has not fight?
She has not fight in some time.
No fight for her for a long time.
When was the last time she fighted?
April 7th, 2018.
Last year, Rose Namajunas, your champion, going up against Jessica Andrade.
I got Nam.
You taking Rose?
Nama.
Doug Rose?
Doug
Rose. Old school for you. Yeah, I want to take the champ. I like.
I'm gonna have to bring in, if she wins, I'm gonna have to bring in the sound machine again.
Yeah. What happened to that thing?
Because I have to do all this now. We've lost everybody.
Nobody wants to work with us anymore.
Nobody wants to work with us. I even tried to get Zanella yesterday, like try to maybe put something together.
He's like, nah.
He's like, nah, go fuck yourself.
I'm cool.
Who the fuck is this?
Yeah, so that's it. That's for your show. Hopefully you are paying attention now so you can pay attention later when the fights are actually happening. Or maybe you'll listen to it while the fights are happening. That'd be confusing. But you can try it. Or you can listen to it afterwards and tell us what idiots we were. We'll always take any sort of comment you want over there on the Facebook.
What's funny is a lot of people listen to us, the audio part, Monday.
Yeah, well,
and I think they listen to it in their cubicle.
I know we had some issues with Stitcher last week. I had some friends of mine that were texting me and be like, yo, dude, I'm trying to listen to you on Stitcher and it's not up. Oh, it's up now. It's a day later.
Yeah.
I'm like, thank God I got it before the fight, so I'm really going to screw him today. Yeah. Happening on Sunday. Anyway, make sure you go to shirtsicle.com/SDMMA. Pick yourself up a shirt like Ashley Evans Smith over here, looking mighty fine in her Fight Night and Chill shirt. You can also pick up your Pride style shirt that Joey likes to wear when he is on the show. You
could have been here today. Could have been here today.
It's my fault, and I'll give it to him too. Sometimes his fault because we didn't call.
Yeah.
You can also pick up your OG SD shirt over there at shirtsicle.com/SDMMA, and make sure you go to mymmanews.com. Not only for those nice Paige Van Zandt swimsuit edition photos, but because they do this every single day while we do this once a week, sometimes a day late.
Yeah, and if you're listening to us on the East Coast, they've got tons of your regional sport on their site.
They cover a lot of the regional MMA over there on the East Coast. Everything up and down that seaboard.
Yeah, check out Kyle Carroll too. Yeah.
Check him out. Yep.
Carol's
and then,
Corner.
Of course, we are coming to you live from the SynCal studios here in SynCal Industries in Modesto, California, where if you need tattoos, piercings, vinyl, and incense now? Incense, I think, is in there in the showroom.
For an instance, if you need incense.
Yeah, if you need some incense, air out all the stuff.
And always check out Dependable Solutions. If you do card business on the internet or you do card business at your shop or place of business, check out dependablesolutions.net and they can take up 70% off your card business.
That's it. That's your week of stuff here. Have a good night. See you Stretched it.